Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm wearing Alice and the Pirates and this is the most pastel thing I have from them. Whoop-dee-doo! Today's topic of interest is martial arts, one of my many loves. I do Kendo and Wing Chun and a few others as supplementary arts. Yes, Lolitas can do martial arts. There's no stigma, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just what it is, guys. I don't think I have a picture of myself at Kendo or at Wing Chun, so here's my Ghee.
These aren't pajamas, this is a Ghee, and you'll get one when you've earned it.
We are in a pandemic right now, and a lot of things have changed in the field of martial arts, and I'm just gonna vent my frustrations.
Toot and reboot.
So I remember those days and I miss those days where we used to spar, full contact in armor. And then the virus came and a bunch of restrictions were placed onto us. So it started with no contact, of course, and then it evolved to no ki. So ki is a display of spirit, so you know how in those movies you see people do their moves and they go hoo ha hoo ha ha. Essentially that's what it is. Spirit is really important in martial arts. If you don't have spirit, you can't practice like key components, so it's really important. And also it's as if like martial arts didn't already have problems before the pandemic. I'm talking in general here, but there was discrimination, prejudice, a lot of misunderstanding about the arts, and of course the evolution of lazier people. They just want to stay indoors all day long and not do any physical arts, which leads to less and less people understanding what, these martial arts are all about. I'm really passionate about this, and it doesn't matter which one, whether it's Kendo, Wing Chun, Karate, Taekwondo. I just wish, things could be easier, but of course we have to prioritize everyone's safety. During the pandemic, we don't want people falling sick and not being able to do the art completely. So I'm going to focus on one main thing today, and that is managing risk in a dojo. So I'll be mostly talking about Kendo. Around the world, I believe different dojos manage risk differently, and it also depends on the federation that they are a part of. So the federation actually decides the restrictions that should be placed in accordance with what the government is saying. Like, if the community cases are increasing rapidly, then maybe do this. So yeah, that's how they decide the restrictions. So when the pandemic started, Kendo was shut down, no practice at all, which was fair enough. It was a good thing. We didn't want to spread the virus any more than we were already doing, so that was okay. And then things opened up. So here was the challenge, I guess. People were trying to figure out how can we practice safely. And I think, along the way we decided to do the normal thing, and that was wearing masks, wearing face shield. So the face shield was for when you put Bogu on. Bogu is the armor we wear for Kendo practice. And so the face shield, yeah, it's kind of like a face mask, but for you when you're in Bogu. And then we evolved to wearing face masks as well as the face shield. That was really a very weird idea, but it was the most wise thing to do, I guess. Those were really suffocating days, wearing mask and face shield as well. And during summer, it was so hot. It was just suffocating, and I don't really remember this time period that well because I was busy with work. But I think ki was allowed and then not allowed and then allowed again. It's like back and forth. So it got really frustrating. I remember those days being really annoying. And then yesterday, something annoying happened, even more annoying. A new restriction or rule was sent out, and now we can practice in Bogu, but no more than 20 minutes. With face shield, really annoying and confusing times because there were like constant updates by the Federation on what to do, how to practice, and a lot of people quit Kendo, I believe, because of this. It was just like, well, you either risk getting the virus or you don't. So, I've explained the timeline of how things were restricted. Here comes my reason for being so pissy, or why am I in a dilemma and all that. So, one thing that is absolutely compulsory, that is made very clear by the Federation and also the government, if you want to do anything, you have to be vaccinated and boosted. And honestly, to me, that's the most important thing of all, followed by masking and using a face shield during practice. And right now, with the Bogu rule, still no ki. So no hoo-ha-ha. The Bogu practice for no more than 20 minutes rule, this does not make sense to me, because I'll paint you a scenario. If I have the virus and I go for practice, chances are someone is going to get it from me, because we are in an enclosed space, and also even though there's no ki and we are masked, well, these things are not holy grails that will save us from the virus. You can still contract the virus even when you're masked. Let's just get this out there, okay? And you know, I just don't get it. So to me, if you want to practice, it should be at your own risk. And so with all these rules about no more than 20 minutes in Bogu practice, it's just weird and it doesn't make sense to me. Am I saying that I want to practice like in pre-pandemic times? That's where my dilemma comes in, because to me, it's just not natural to do art in such a way, you know, wearing masks and all that shit. But I guess we should do the best we can. We wear our mask, we wear our face shield, we wear whatever we want to wear, or do whatever we want to do to make sure that we don't spread the virus. I think sometimes people just make rules up in their heads, you know, because they just want to escape this whole situation. They're so desperate to do something that they just say, you know what, let's make a teensy weensy allowance and, you know, just do it. But here's the thing, if you're already in the dojo, just go for it. You know the mask is not 100%, like it's not like you can't contract the virus if you have a mask on, and also even if you're vaccinated, you can still contract the virus. So you see, dilemma. I don't know. To me, I think the best way to put it, you know, my stand is practice at your own risk. If you don't want to risk it, then don't come to practice. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. And if you're willing to risk it, then by all means, come and practice Kendo, like Kendo in its full glory, with ki, in Bogu, in whatever. And so, if closing down practice completely is not what you want, yes, take precautions like masking, getting vaccinated and all that, you know, face shield, face mask, vaccination. Those are the only ones that make sense to me, unfortunately. I cannot back other stuff, like the no ki stuff, and then there's the no Bogu stuff. You know, I can't back that because it just doesn't make sense to me. So, if you're a martial artist, let me know what are the precautions you're taking. I'm really interested in, you know, learning more. So, until next time, bye!